Hi, this is Dr. Mike Headley at Explore Chiropractic. So the title of this is What Fear is Holding You Back? And so one of my biggest fears used to be heights, because when I was 12 or 13 I fell off a ladder, fell down on cement and broke my tailbone and hurt my back, and it turned out to be a blessing because I became a chiropractor and I've been able to help thousands of people. Some of the other things I've done in the past year or two, I climbed a wall, because every time I got up to reach the bell on a climbing wall, I always got fearful, even when I was in a harness. I grew up on a lake, but I was always fearful of diving, and so I learned how to dive off a diving board. So me and my son Daniel are facing a few fears going down a steep hill on our mountain bikes. It's super adrenaline rushing and really fun, but it's a little bit scary. So I'm going to film him now, and then I'll finish with my lesson here. Awesome. Very good. So a lot of people talk about, hey Jim, hey Bill, we're at Mobile Maze in Bemidji, Minnesota. Awesome mountain bike trails, walking trails, hiking trails. In the winter it is great for cross-country skiing. So fear stands for false evidence appearing real. So I faced my fear by going down a hill, and it was very exciting and fun. So I'm curious, anyone is brave enough out there to write down one fear they want to bust through and one fear they're facing, that they know if they get through they'll be free and clear and happier and on their path to success and fulfillment. And so fears can be little, like me, fear of heights. I get in airplanes and fly, but just getting off a diving board and diving off the top board is tough. What else? Thank you for the thumbs up, and I like to see what other people are fighting fears with. Sometimes I used to be fearful of speaking in public, and doesn't mean I'm any better at it, but I'm not fearful of it anymore. Fearful of bats and spiders is about the only thing that really holds me back, but I can avoid them. I went to the Science Center in Bemidji and put the big, huge snake around my neck, and that had my heart racing quite a bit, and that was a fear. I was afraid of snakes. So that doesn't hold me back anymore, because I can wrap them around my neck. And so one other lesson that I have here besides fear is I like to talk about fear as being a weak link. And we're only as strong as our weakest link. So what weak link do you need to overcome and you need to fix? So I have a chain here, and I can't show it all because I think I'm still out of breath. We just ran around the bike trail, and then we went down the steep hill. So what's the weakest link in your life? What's the weakest link in your health? So as a chiropractor, I'll probably need to be adjusted after racing my son around the Mobile Maze bike trail. So my spine is, I've mentioned, is one of my weakest links, because I have a crack in my lower vertebrae and a crack at C7 and some other degeneration in my hip. So what is your weakest link? We're only as strong as our weakest link. And so sometimes, hey David, our weakest link can be our eating habits. Sometimes people just can't get off the sugar. Some people can't get off the booze. Some people can't get off the couch. And I'm not judging or picking on anyone, but we all have weak links. We all have things that are holding us back. And what's your weakest link? And on my bike, if I have a weak link, I'm going to break the chain. So I constantly work on my weak links, and then I strengthen my strengths. And so that's why I like to go down steep hills like this once in a while, to overcome some fears and to test myself and to challenge myself a little bit and overcome some fear, and make sure I'm oiling up my chain and not having too many weak links. So that's all I wanted to show you, is if I could make it down a fairly steep hill. It's very steep at the top. It's been raining here. It's kind of washed out. It might not look like much here, but it was a kind of a big deal for me and Daniel. And we had a blast. Good job, Daniel. And just work on your fears. Work on your weak links. Tell me if you need any help with a weak link. Personal message me or send me a message. I can help you possibly even remotely with some weak links. I'm going to make a few phone calls tonight with some people that wanted some consults. So have a great night. It is a beautiful night in northern Minnesota. This is Dr. Mike Headley at Explore Chiropractic.